This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Welcome to From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers. A podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and hosted by Work Defined. Join our AI co-hosts as they dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Let's get your career started.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. This is the show where we take a whole stack of the latest articles, research, expert insights, all that stuff, and really boil it down to what you need to know. The surprising bits, the actionable stuff.
That's the goal.
And today, well, we're diving into something I think almost everyone listening has probably faced or knows someone who has. It's that, relentless job search.
Oh, yeah.
You know the feeling, right? Pouring hours into tweaking your resume, writing that perfect cover letter, hitting submit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, often, nothing. Just silence, or maybe a string of those really disheartening rejections that just make you question everything.
Stuff out there.
It really is. But here's a thought. What if I told you that a pretty big chunk of those applications you're sending out, all that effort, they're for jobs that don't even exist?
That's the core of it, isn't it?
And what if, even beyond that, there's this whole, ecosystem of really sophisticated scams just waiting to prey on your hope, your effort?
It's a much bigger problem than people realize. And it's really creating, a crisis for job seekers everywhere.
It truly is. And it's definitely emerged as, a critical issue in today's job market.
So, this deep dive, it's really zeroing in on employment fraud.
Right. That whole world.
Exactly. And specifically, this growing thing with ghost jobs.
Ghost jobs, yeah. Heard that term a lot lately.
And, other really tricky scams, too, the kind that, thrive online in our digital world. They've gotten really sophisticated.
Okay, so our mission today, let's be clear. We want to give you the tools, the knowledge, right? Not just to spot these scams, these fake jobs.
Mm-hmm. To identify them, yeah.
But also to proactively protect yourself. Protect your time, your energy, your, mental health through this process.
And your personal information. That's crucial.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
We want you navigating the job market, feeling confident, knowing what you're actually up against.
Think of this as like a shortcut. A way to get really informed on something that can honestly have a huge impact on your career, your confidence.
Definitely. We've dug through a bunch of recent surveys, some really eye-opening stats in there, expert analysis, practical advice, all to give you this toolkit.
And believe me, the numbers on these fake jobs, they are genuinely alarming. Let's maybe start by defining what we actually mean by a ghost job. What is it?
Good idea. Lay it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at its core, it's a job ad, right?
Yeah.
But it's not for a position the company is actually looking to fill, like right now.
Okay. So not a real opening.
Not an immediate, genuine opening. It could be a couple of things. Maybe the employer is just testing the waters, seeing who's out there, collecting resumes for the future.
Like talent pooling.
Exactly. Building a database for potential future needs. Or the other possibility, the role was open, but it's already filled. Maybe internally.
Right, but they just lift the ad up.
Yeah, the ad stays active on job boards, maybe even their own careers page. It seems real, but it's not.
Yes.
Well, it's a ghost. Subtle, but the impact, not subtle at all.
And the statistics you mentioned, they really paint a picture. I saw this one survey, My Perfect Resume. They talked to over 700 U.S. recruiters.
That was striking.
Get this, 81%. 81%. Admitted they've posted these ghost job ads.
81%. Just let that sink in. 4 out of 5 recruiters are saying, yeah, we do that.
Wow.
And if you take that data, weight it for the whole job market.
Right.
It suggests something even more sobering.
Which is?
That roughly 36%, more than a third, of all the job postings you see online, they aren't real active vacancies.
Over a third. Think about the wasted effort, the dashed hopes for, people like you listening.
Exactly. Millions of hours, probably.
And it's not just one study saying this, right? There was another one, Resume Builder from June.
Yeah, that one surveyed over 1,600 hiring managers.
Huh.
40% admitted they posted fake job ads just this year.
40%. And didn't it say some still have them active?
Yep. 3 out of 10 said they have one active right now as they were taking the survey.
Unbelievable. It's happening constantly.
And even other sources, places like College Recruiter, they consistently show similar numbers, maybe slightly lower, like 18 to 22%, for jobs that don't exist or aren't vacant anymore.
So the takeaway is, this isn't some rare thing. It's a consistent, widespread trend baked into the hiring landscape almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's part of the system now, unfortunately. And the impact. Well, the devastating impact on job seekers, it just can't be overstated.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because it's not just, oh, that's annoying. It's much more than an inconvenience.
Absolutely. It's a huge drain. Think about someone, let's call her Sarah, right? She's spending hours, maybe days, tailoring her resume for that specific job.
Crafting that perfect cover letter.
Researching the company, prepping for an interview, all for a role that wasn't even real to begin with.
It's just a massive waste of precious time and energy.
A profound misallocation of effort, yeah.
And the emotional side, imagine doing that again and again and again.
Oh, the toll is immense. The rejections, or worse, just the silence. It's incredibly disheartening. It crushes confidence.
Devastating, really. It chips away at your self-worth.
It really does, and it creates this vicious cycle. Each ghost rejection makes it harder to keep going, leads to what people now call job search fatigue.
Or full-on burnout. You put so much hope, so much of yourself into it.
And it just vanishes, poof,
Yeah.
into the digital ether. It's demoralizing.
Yeah.
Makes you want to give up.
And it's not just feelings and wasted time, right? There are actual financial risks, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes these things morph into outright scams.
Exactly. That's where it gets even uglier.
Yeah.
Some fake listings, they start looking like ghost jobs, but then they pivot. They lure you in, maybe even give you a fake offer.
Oh, wow.
Only to trick you into paying for mandatory training or some obscure certification or onboarding fees.
So they're trying to get money out of you.
Directly. And people fall for it, especially if they're desperate. They lose real money. Maybe Sarah gets that offer and they say, just send $500 for the setup kit.
And the kit never arrives.
Or it's worthless.
Right.
It's a direct financial hit. Turns disappointment into, well, disaster.
So, okay, let's pull back. What does this all really mean for you, the job seeker?
It means this isn't just a little hurdle. It's a significant systemic barrier. It hits your morale, drains your resources, time, energy, money, and can leave you feeling totally defeated.
It's a challenge to the whole idea of a fair hiring process.
It really is. And understanding this, well, it helps validate your own struggle.
Yeah.
It's not just you. The system itself has these flaws, these traps.
Okay, so that naturally leads to the big question. Why? Why would companies do this? It can't always be an accident, right? Just forgetting to take an ad down.
Right. That happens, sure.
Yeah.
But more often, no, it's not just forgetfulness. There are often complex reasons, sometimes strategic, sometimes, frankly, a bit manipulative.
It's a calculated thing.
Often, yes. It's a decision, not just an oops.
Okay, so let's get into those motivations. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. What are companies actually trying to achieve?
Well, according to studies, like from Resume Builder and Clarify Capital, there's a whole range, a big one. Image management.
Image management. How so?
Appearing open to talent. Projecting this image of growth, opportunity. About 67% said they do it just to seem open externally.
Right, look like they're hiring even if they're not.
Exactly. And 66%, almost the same number, do it specifically to make the company look like it's growing, expanding.
Even if it's stagnant.
Or even shrinking sometimes. And get this, 23% admit they post fake jobs just to look viable during a hiring freeze.
Wow, so it's about perception.
Yeah.
Managing how they look to the outside world, investors, customers.
Even their own employees.
Yeah.
Maintaining that image of growth and dynamism.
Okay, but you mentioned employees. How does it affect them internally?
Yeah. This is where it gets kind of problematic. Around 63% post ghost jobs to make their current employees think help is on the way.
Like, don't worry, we're hiring someone to lighten your load.
Precisely. But then, no one ever arrives. Imagine the frustration on that team.
Yeah, that sounds demoralizing.
And maybe even worse, 62% use them to make employees feel, well, replaceable.
Seriously?
Yeah.
To keep people on edge.
It seems so. Fostering a bit of insecurity, perhaps. It's a strategic, maybe manipulative internal tool, using that carrot of future help and the stick of, you could be replaced.
That feels ethically questionable, to say the least.
It certainly raises questions. Then there's the more straightforward strategy, talent pooling.
Right, we touched on that. Collecting resumes.
Yep. Nearly 60%, specifically 59%, admit they do it just to collect resumes for later. No immediate opening, but maybe down the line.
Building that bench.
And 26% are actively building that talent pool, creating a reservoir of potential candidates for when a real need pops up.
So it's proactive for them, but kind of misleading for the applicants. Like window shopping for talent, but the shop's not really open.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And beyond talent, they use it for market research, too.
Market research? Like what?
Well, 36% use these ghost postings to see if their job descriptions are effective. Are they attracting the right people?
Testing the ad copy.
Yeah. And 26% use it to get insights into the broader job market. What competitors offering, what skills are out there.
Interesting. And didn't one study see something about replacing current employees?
Yes. 25% use them to figure out how hard it would be to replace certain people on their team.
Oof.
And also to gauge salary expectations, see what people are asking for without actually making an offer.
So it's a free way to get competitive intelligence.
Pretty much. Test the waters, analyze supply and demand, all without commitment.
Okay, what else? Is it just about talent and data?
Not entirely. Visibility plays a role too.
Yeah.
38% say they post ghost jobs just to maintain a presence on job boards, keep their name out there even when not hiring.
Just saying visible.
Right. And 14% do it just to boost their online visibility, like in search results. Another 20%, a fifth, admit it's to improve their company reputation just by looking active and growing.
So brand awareness through fake jobs.
Essentially, yeah. Staying top of mind.
Is there ever a, legitimate reason? Or less malicious, maybe?
Well, yes, sometimes. There are cases involving regulatory or contractual compliance.
Like what?
Think federal contracts or jobs covered by union agreements. Sometimes the rules say they have to post the job publicly, even if they already know they're hiring someone internally.
So it's a procedural requirement.
Exactly. And often those postings have requirements that are so incredibly specific, tailored to the internal person that almost no one else would qualify anyway.
Okay, so that's less about deception and more about ticking a box.
It is, but it still adds to the noise and frustration for external job seekers.
So looking at all these reasons, it's really complex, isn't it?
It really is. It runs the gamut from, maybe somewhat understandable long-term strategy like talent pooling.
Oh, all the way to pretty cynical internal manipulation and perception management.
Exactly. And that complexity, that's what makes it such a challenge for you, the job seeker, to navigate. These aren't just accidents. They're often deliberate choices.
Okay, so ghost jobs are a big piece of this puzzle. But you mentioned earlier it's part of a larger picture, right? Employment fraud.
Mm-hmm. Ghost jobs are frustrating, definitely. But they're often just the tip of the iceberg. Employment fraud, broadly, is any attempt to deceive job seekers.
How? What's the goal?
Usually offering false hope, better job, more money, whatever, but with an ulterior motive. Almost always involves asking for money or your personal info for that opportunity.
Got it. So let's break down some of these other types of fraud. What else should people be watching out for beyond just the ghost jobs?
Okay, well, within the recruitment world itself, there's recruitment agent fraud.
What's that? The agent is scamming someone?
Yeah, basically. The agent might misrepresent your skills to the employer to get a higher commission.
Oh, wow.
Or they might downplay how tough a job really is to convince you to take it so they get their fee. It's deception for their own financial gain.
Okay, manipulating both sides.
Then there's recruitment fraud. Sounds similar, but it's different. This is when someone pretends to be an employee of a real company.
An imposter.
Exactly. They offer fake jobs, often using fake social media ads, fake websites that look legit, or maybe really convincing phishing emails.
And the goal there?
To get your personal data or trick you into sending money. They're not recruiters. They're just scammers using a company's name.
Nasty. Okay, what else?
Advertising fraud in this context. It's when a job ad itself is misleading, not about the job, but designed to lure you in to steal your identity.
Oh.
They might set up a fake application portal that looks real, but its only purpose is to capture your social security number, bank details, all that sensitive stuff. Terrifying when you're just trying to find work.
That is scary. Okay, any others within the system?
There's a rarer but important one. Employers? Conspiracy fraud.
Conspiracy? Like multiple companies working together?
Yeah. It's when several employers might secretly agree not to hire a specific candidate. Maybe someone high profile they want to force into taking a lower offer somewhere else.
Like price fixing, but for a person's career.
Kind of, yeah. They might give fake reasons for not hiring, making it seem like the person isn't a good fit anywhere. It's really hard to prove, though. Needs solid evidence of collusion.
Okay, so those are frauds within the system.
Finished training for the day? Time to fight post-workout fatigue with Core Power Protein Shakes. They're packed with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle and electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to help your body replenish, rebuild, and repair post-workout so you can power on to the next one. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Visit corepower.com to learn more.
What about the scams that target job seekers directly? I feel like we hear a lot about those.
Oh, absolutely. Those are incredibly common. Let's start with a big one. Work-from-home scams.
Yes, the dream offer, right. Make thousands with no effort.
Exactly. Be your own boss. Set your own schedule. Sounds amazing, especially if you're tired of commuting, like our friend Sarah might be.
So what's the catch? There's always a catch.
Always. You usually end up having to pay. For useless starter kits, maybe some proprietary software, training that's worthless, certifications that don't exist.
So you pay them to work for them?
Pretty much, yeah. Or they might just charge your credit card without permission. And a really common thread here is the fake check scam.
Okay, explain that one. How does it work?
They send you a check, often for more than you need, say for equipment or home office setup.
An overpayment.
Right. They tell you to deposit it, keep your share, and send the extra amount back to them, or maybe to a vendor.
How do they want the money back?
Usually untraceable, irreversible ways. Wire transfer, gift cards, crypto.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah. You send the money. Then, days or weeks later, the original check they sent you, it bounces.
And the bank comes after you.
Exactly. The bank holds you responsible for the full amount of the bounce check, even if they initially cleared the funds. That was just provisional. You're out the money you sent and the bounce check amount. It's devastating.
Wow. That fake check scam sounds like a cornerstone of many frauds.
It really is. It pops up everywhere. Like in reshipping scams.
Reshipping. What's that?
Scammers hire you as a quality control manager or virtual assistant. Your job. Receive packages at home.
Okay.
Then you repackage them, and this is key, throwing away the original labels and reship them, often overseas.
What's in the packages?
Usually electronics, luxury goods, stuff bought with stolen credit cards.
So you're handling stolen goods?
Unknowingly, yes. You become part of their illegal operation. Fencing stolen merchandise, money laundering. You could face legal trouble yourself.
That's terrifying, just trying to get a remote job.
It is. Related to that, there are reselling merchandise scams. They ask you to buy luxury goods cheap, promising you can resell them for profit.
Let me guess. The goods never arrive.
Or they're fakes. Counterfeit junk. And then there are straight-up work-from-home money laundering schemes where they just ask you to transfer money or process payments, again involving you in illegal stuff. Sarah might think she's doing admin, but she's actually moving dirty money.
Man. Okay, moving away from just work from home, what about other roles?
Nanny, caregiver, virtual assistant scams are common too. These often target compassionate people.
How do those work? Is it the fake check thing again?
Very often, yes. They send you a fake check for supplies or your first week's pay, ask you to buy things or send money back. Same scam, different job title.
Preying on people looking for helping roles.
Mm-hmm. Mystery shopper scams too. Sounds fun, right? Get paid to shop.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
But the red flag is when they ask you to pay for certification or a directory of jobs or guess what?
Let me guess. Deposit a fake check and wire money back.
You got it. Legitimate mystery shopping exists, but it's usually supplemental income, and they never ask you for money up front. Never.
Good to know. What about services that promise to find you a job?
Job placement service scams. Very common, especially if you're struggling. These are agencies charging you, the candidate, upfront fees for services, or they guarantee you a job.
But legit recruiters get paid by the company, right?
Almost always.
Yeah.
Honest recruitment firms are paid by the hiring company after they place someone. If an agency asks you for money up front, huge red flag.
Yeah.
And often illegal for them to do so.
Okay. What about those ads for, like, government jobs? They seem so stable.
Yeah. Government or postal job scams prey on that desire for stability. Ads promise federal or postal jobs, but then say you need to pay a fee to apply or to secure the position.
Is that real?
Absolutely not. Official info for federal jobs is free on usajobs.gov. For postal jobs, it's usps.com for postal darting. No legitimate government agency charges you to apply or get hired. Ever.
Got it. Free to apply. Okay, what about those multi-level marketing things. Some seem sketchy.
Yeah, multi-level marketing, MLM, as scams. Some MLMs are legit direct selling, but many are basically pyramid schemes in disguise.
How can you tell?
They often require you to pay money just to join or force you to buy tons of overpriced inventory or training materials you can't sell. The focus is on recruiting others under you, not actually selling products to real customers. Sarah might get sucked into the entrepreneurial dream and end up in debt.
Right. The money comes from recruiting, not selling.
Exactly. And for people looking abroad, visa or work permit scams.
Who do those work?
An employer overseas offers a great job, but then suddenly ends money from you. For visa processing, work permits, immigration fees.
Once you send the money,
poof, they disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Always check official government immigration websites for visa rules and fees. Don't pay some random employer.
Makes sense. Are creative folks targeted too, like writers, designers?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Creative field scams. They'll ask you for extensive work samples for a potential project, maybe even spec work.
But no contract, no meeting.
Right. Often no real interaction. Then they take your ideas, your samples, maybe even use your work.
And then say, thanks, but no thanks.
Or just ghost you completely. You've wasted your time, and your intellectual property might be stolen, used without pay or credit.
That's rough. And you mentioned AI earlier. How is that making things worse?
Yeah. Looking ahead, AI-generated scams are a big concern. We're seeing super realistic fake job descriptions, even entire fake company websites, all built by AI. They look incredibly professional.
Harder to spot the fakes?
Much harder. And these often lead to fake application portals just designed to harvest your data. And the really scary thing, deepfake interviews.
Deepfakes, like fake video.
Yeah. You might think you're on a video call with a real hiring manager, but it's an AI-generated persona.
Mm-hmm.
Makes verifying who you're talking to incredibly difficult.
Wow. That's a whole new level.
It really is. What's fascinating and disturbing about all these scams is how they're tailored. They prey on specific desires: work from home, flexibility, quick cash, stable government work, creative projects.
Exploiting hopes and vulnerabilities.
Exactly. And they're using sophisticated digital tools, now including AI, to look incredibly legit.
Yeah.
The level of deception is just escalating. Makes it so much harder for the average person, like you listening, to tell what's real and what's fake.
Okay, so this landscape is, well, it's kind of terrifying. Filled with ghost jobs, outright scams, AI fakes. How do you, the job seeker, actually protect yourself? How do you become your own detective here?
It definitely feels overwhelming, but you can protect yourself. There's a fundamental rule, kind of a gut check you should always start with.
Which is?
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Someone's likely trying to get your identity or your money. Trust that feeling.
The old adage holds true.
Absolutely. That intuition is your first line of defense. Don't ignore it. But let's break down more specific red flags. Let's make a checklist.
Okay, good. Let's categorize them. Danger zone, #1.
The unbelievable offer. This is huge. Exceptionally high pay for hardly any work. Roles needing zero experience but paying a fortune. Massive red flag.
Right. Common sense. Why pay big bucks for nothing?
Exactly. If they promise you'll make a lot of money in a short period of time with little work, run. Legitimate jobs have reasonable pay, defined skills, and expect effort. That ad Sarah saw. Data entry, $5K a week, no experience. Pause. Think critically.
Okay, danger zone 1. Too good to be true. Danger zone #2.
The communication con. Pay super close attention to how they communicate. Big flag. Generic email addresses.
Like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook.
Exactly. Instead of a proper company domain like a companyname.com, reputable companies use professional email. Some job boards, like College Recruiter, actually block postings from free email accounts for this reason.
Okay, what else in communication?
Poor grammar, spelling mistakes, generic greetings like Dear Applicant. Legit companies usually proofread their stuff.
Right, professionalism matters.
Also, watch out for overly persistent or high-pressure tactics, demanding immediate responses, pressuring you into decisions quickly.
Rushing you.
Yeah. Or if you hesitate or ask questions, they get pushy, deflect, or insist on rescheduling weirdly. Why the rush if it's a real job?
Good point. What about the communication method itself?
Be wary of weird methods.
Mm.
Contact only via WhatsApp, immediately wanting to jump to third-party apps like Microsoft Teams. That Reddit user got scammed on Teams, lost thousands.
Wow. So refusing normal email or phone calls is suspicious.
Very. A legit employer usually offers a standard phone or video screen first, not just text or third-party chat apps, especially not exclusively.
Okay. Danger zone 2. Shady communication. Danger zone #3.
The money trap and personal data grab. This is often the scammer's main goal, and it's critical. No legitimate employer ever asks for sensitive info like your social security number, bank details, or credit card info before you are officially hired and accept a formal offer.
Never up front.
Never up front, period. And if they ask you to pay any fee for background checks, training, certifications, equipment, placement services,
That's a scam.
definitely. Honest employers, including the government, never ask you to pay to get a job. It's often illegal for them to do so anyway. That $50 background check fee Sarah might be asked for just to get an interview. Nope.
And what about handling money for them, like that fake check thing?
Huge red flag. If they ask you to transfer money, process payments, buy gift cards, especially involving those fake checks, classic scam. As one expert said, anytime a company asks you to pay or hold money for them, red flags immediately.
They want your money, not to pay you.
Exactly. Trust your gut. If it involves you sending money or giving sensitive data too early, it's almost certainly a scam trying to steal your identity or cash.
Okay. Danger zone 3. Asking for money or info too soon. Danger zone, #4.
The phantom company. Lack of verifiable info about the company itself. No official professional website. Or a site that's only about recruiting, not their actual business. Suspicious.
What should a legit site have?
Company history, leadership bios, employee testimonials maybe, details about their product services, a mission, and crucially, the job should usually be listed on their own official careers page. If it's only on some random board, be wary.
Good tip. Check the official site.
And check their general online presence. Is their social media dead? No followers. Hard to find info on Google, Glassdoor, Indeed, BBB, Trustpilot, Scam Advisor.
A weak digital footprint.
Exactly. A legit company usually has a consistent, traceable online presence. A phantom company often doesn't.
Okay. Danger zone 4. Sketchy company info. Danger zone, #5.
The vague job and rushed process. Look at the job description itself. Is it super vague? Doesn't clearly state responsibilities, who you report to, salary range, team details, company culture. Problematic. Real jobs have defined expectations.
And the interview process.
Be cautious if they offer you the job with no real interview or skills assessment, like they didn't even vet you, or if the entire process is only via text or email, no video, no phone call.
Even with deepfakes, text only is worse.
Much bigger red flag, yeah. Also, sometimes, for professional roles, a first interview being in person without any prior phone video screen can be odd. Might be a pressure tactic.
Interesting angle.
Hey everybody, got a quick question for you. Is your job easy, stress-free, and full of rainbows and sunshine every single day? Yeah, I'd say that's a big fat no. Hi, I'm David Noe, host of Speakeasy HR, presented by Payroll Partners, and proud to be part of the Work-Defined community. Take a step down into my Speakeasy live on LinkedIn and YouTube, where we tackle HR and business challenges through raw, uncut, unfiltered conversations. This is HR like you've never heard it before. Bold, real, and full of practical takeaways. Real guests, bold insights, authentic conversations that drive change. Catch every episode on demand through your favorite podcast platform or all the content at speakeasyhr.com.
Okay. Vague job, rushed process. Danger zone, #6.
The stale listing. The job ad that's been up forever, months and months. Remember those stats? Most ghost jobs stay active for weeks or months.
Right. Only 6% are gone in under a week.
So if you see that same marketing manager role Sarah saw last year still posted, probably a ghost. Trust that feeling that something's off.
Okay, stale listing. So those are the big zones. What's the final takeaway here?
It really comes back to that first point. Trust your gut. Seriously.
Yeah.
If something feels off, if it smells fishy, it probably is. Your intuition, especially armed with these red flags, is incredibly powerful. Don't ignore it just because you really want or need a job.
Okay, so spotting red flags is one thing, but how can you be more proactive? Go on the offensive almost. Move from just reacting to actively investigating.
Great question. It's about empowering yourself, right? Shifting to being that digital detective for your own career.
So, step 1.
Research the company extensively. Cannot stress this enough. Don't just glance and apply. Go to their official website. Find the careers page. Is this specific job listed there?
Should check the source.
Yes. Look for employee testimonials, leadership info, understand their business. If the job isn't on their site, that's a major warning sign.
What about beyond their website?
Use LinkedIn. Search the company. Search employees. Does that recruiter who emailed you actually work there? Do they have a real profile, connections, job history? Exposes fakes quickly.
Smart. Use LinkedIn profiles.
And check employer reviews. Glassdoor, indeed. Read what current and former employees and even other candidates say. A company with, say, less than 4 stars on Glassdoor. That's often considered a big red flag. Dig into why.
Look for patterns in reviews.
Exactly. And do a Reddit search for local companies or your industry. Communities often flag bad actors or scams.
Okay, so company website, LinkedIn, review sites, maybe Reddit. Anything else for deep research?
Get forensic. Look them up on public databases like opencorporates.com. See if they're established or brand new. Check your state's Secretary of State site for their business registration active. Suspended.
Check their legal status.
And Google their physical address and phone number. Is it a real office? Or a mail drop?
A residential house. This deep dive research is your best defense.
Okay, research done. What's next? Verify the person contacting you.
Absolutely. Verify the recruiter's identity directly and independently. Don't just trust the email signature. Find an official phone number on the company's website. Call that number. Ask, does Jane Doe work here? Is this marketing manager position real and open?
Go around them. Verify independently.
Yes. And inspect those email addresses super carefully. Look for tiny misspellings, extra letters meant to mimic the real domain, like company.com, not company.com. Be meticulous.
Good catch. Okay, verify the company, verify the recruiter. What about during the interview process? Ask detailed questions. Don't be shy. Ask. How was this role created? New or replacement? Who do I report to? What's the team like? What are the promotion prospects? What are the immediate project goals?
Put them on the spot a bit.
And ask direct verification questions. Can you give me a contact at the company to verify this position? Can I talk to a current employee in this team? Can you send a formal offer letter with company letterhead before I provide my SSN?
And if they dodge those questions?
Major red flag. If they get evasive, refuse. Huge warning. Also, consider contacting them before even applying. Ask about the role status, the hiring timeline. If they can't confirm it's even open, you save yourself the application effort.
Smart. Okay, what about managing the sheer volume of postings, especially avoiding those stale ghost jobs?
Filter job postings on the job boards. Most platforms let you filter by date posted. Narrow your search. Look only at jobs posted in the last week, maybe 2 weeks max. Prioritize fresh listings. Increases your odds of finding something real.
Filter by date. Good practical tip. Should you follow up after applying?
Yes, follow up on applications strategically. If you can find a direct contact hiring manager, recruiter, reach out politely. See if you get a response. Pay attention to the quality of the response. Evasive, generic, or no response at all. Tells you a lot.
Okay. What about tech requests, like downloading software?
Be super wary of requests to download apps or software early on, especially just during the initial interest phase. Scammers use this to install malware or steal data. Legit companies rarely ask for this before an offer.
Right. Keep your devices secure.
And always maintain paper trails. Use email for important stuff, scheduling questions, offer details. After a phone call or video meeting, send a quick follow-up email summarizing what was discussed. Creates a record.
Document everything.
Precisely. It's crucial if things go wrong.
What about the job boards themselves? Are some safer than others?
Well, no platform is totally immune, but yes, use trusted platforms known for having anti-fraud measures. We mentioned College Recruiter verifies ads with a human. Look for platforms that seem to take verification seriously. Stick to reputable sites over random aggregators.
Makes sense. Any final proactive tips?
Yes, network actively, talk to people, get referrals, informational interviews. Often the best, safest opportunities come through connections, bypassing the online jungle altogether. Supplement your online research with human connection.
Good advice. And for creatives.
Protect your intellectual property. Be very cautious about giving away free work, extensive samples, or proprietary ideas too early, especially if it's just some generic request or a robot asking without real human interaction or a proper agreement. Your portfolio shows skills. It's not free labor.
Okay, so you've done your homework, you've been careful, but maybe you still fall victim. It happens. What do you do then? What are the immediate steps if you realize you've been scammed?
Yeah, it's awful when it happens, but acting fast is absolutely key to minimizing the damage, financial and personal.
So first priority if money was involved.
Immediately contact the payment company. Right away. Whatever you use, debit card, credit card, Zelle, Venmo, wire transfer, gift card, crypto, call their fraud department. Report the scam. Ask them to reverse the transaction. Time is critical. Reversals get harder, often impossible, very quickly.
Okay, contact the bank or payment provider ASP. What next? Report it.
Yes, absolutely vital to report the scam to authorities. First, tell the job board where you saw it, LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, etc. Get that fake post taken down to protect others.
Good. Stop it spreading.
Then, report it to the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. Their website is reportfraud.ftc.gov. That's the main place they collect complaints.
Reportfraud.ftc.gov. Got it. Anywhere else?
Notify your local labor department or your state attorney general's office. They might have specific resources or be able to investigate locally.
Okay. Report to job boards, FTC, state local authorities. Should you tell other people?
Yes. Warn others. Share your experience.
No.
Post on social media. Tell friends. Mention it in job seeker groups online. Your story could be the warning someone else needs to avoid the same trap. It helps the whole community stay safer.
Pay it forward, even though it's painful.
Exactly. And critically, if you gave out personal information, SSN, bank details, date of birth.
You need to protect yourself from identity theft.
Immediately. Protect your personal information. Change passwords, especially email, banking. Monitor your financial accounts like a hawk for suspicious activity. Consider placing a fraud alert with the credit bureaus Experian, Equifax, TransUnion.
Okay, lock down accounts, monitor activity, maybe a fraud alert.
Yes. And check if your institution, like a university, has a specific contact for this. Rutgers, for example, tells students to email abuse at rutgers.edu. See if there's a dedicated resource for you.
Good point. And that warning about checks, even if it clears.
Crucial reminder, especially with fake check scams. Just because the funds appear in your account initially does not mean the check is good. Banks make funds available provisionally.
But it can still bounce later.
Days or even weeks later. And when it does, the bank will hold you responsible for the full amount you'll owe the money. So never, ever bank on a cleared check in these situations. Wait until it's fully irrevocably settled. Don't send money based on provisional funds.
So, stepping back from the immediate crisis management, this whole situation with ghost jobs, scams, it really points to larger ethical questions in the recruitment world, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Knowledge is great, but applying it is key. These unethical practices, they don't just hurt individuals like Sarah. They damage the reputation of the entire recruitment industry. They erode trust.
And recruiters, whether they're in-house or agency, they have a responsibility, right?
A fundamental ethical responsibility to candidates who trust them with their careers and to the companies who rely on them for talent. It should be about facilitating good matches, honestly.
So how can you spot an unethical recruiter or agency beyond the obvious scams?
Good question. Some signs. Sharing your resume, your CV, without getting your explicit permission first. That's your private info.
Right. Consent matters.
Beware of email jockeys or resume mills, places that just forward resumes without actually interviewing or understanding the candidate or the role. They're just playing a numbers game.
Not adding real value.
Exactly. A reputable agency should belong to a professional body with a code of ethics you can check. And, as we keep saying, if they charge you, the candidate, any fees for their services. Huge ethical red flag, and often illegal.
Got it. So what does ethical recruiting actually look like? What should we expect?
Several key things. First, honesty in advertising. No misleading job ads. Be accurate about requirements, conditions, company status.
Transparency.
Second, thorough interviews. Not just screening, but properly interviewing to ensure a good fit, providing real guidance, helping candidates understand the offer and its implications. It's a two-way street.
Makes sense. What else?
Equal treatment. No discrimination. Period. Review candidates based on merit. Honestly, consistently, objectively, fair chance for everyone.
Basic fairness.
Fourth, necessary information only. Only ask for info directly relevant to job performance, where you live for commute. Okay? Your birthplace, probably not relevant, could be discriminatory.
Stick to job-related questions.
Fifth, confidentiality. Protect candidate information fiercely. Get consent before sharing details with any client, especially if it's a competitor. Be upfront about potential conflicts.
Respect privacy.
And finally, timely communication. Tell candidates the decision yes or no promptly within the time frame you promised. Don't leave people hanging indefinitely. Respect their time.
That last one feels so basic, but often lacking.
It is basic, but it's a hallmark of an ethical process.
Okay, so with all these issues, especially ghost jobs being so widespread, it really brings up the regulation question again. Should government step in more, or is it just up to us, the job seekers, to deal with it?
It's a big debate. Right now in the U.S., there are no specific federal laws banning or regulating ghost jobs directly.
So it's kind of a gray area, legally?
Pretty much. Some argue state laws might be better, since job markets are local. Others look to the federal level, maybe the FTC.
The FTC? Because it's like false advertising.
Potentially. They deal with unfair business practices.
Yeah.
And they recently banned non-compete agreements, showing they are interested in employment issues. So it's possible.
Are other countries doing anything?
There's movement. Ontario, Canada, for example. They're proposing rules that would make larger companies disclose if a job is for an immediate opening or just for future consideration, talent pooling.
Transparency. That would help Sarah know if it's worth applying right now.
Exactly. It gives job seekers clearer expectations. But regulation is tricky.
How so?
You need rules that allow employers to easily remove old ads if it was just an oversight. And you don't want rules so strict they force companies to hire someone unsuitable just to fill a quota, wasting everyone's time and money, especially for complex roles. Finding that balance is tough.
So for now, the burden is still mostly on the job seeker.
Largely, yes. The harsh reality, as one expert put it, if you probably still have to apply for some jobs, even if you suspect they might be fake.
Yeah.
Because you can't know for sure, and you might miss a real opportunity. You can't just stop applying.
Right. You have to play the game, but play it smarter.
Exactly. Being aware, strategic, proactive, using the red flags, doing the research, that's your power in this challenging environment.
That awareness, that ability to investigate, that's the key takeaway. Hashtag outro.
We have covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We really have. We started with that pretty disturbing reality of how common fake job postings and employment scams actually are. Way more prevalent than most people think.
But we dug into the why. The complex, sometimes calculated reasons employers post ghost jobs, from managing their image or internal politics, all the way to strategic talent pooling.
Right. And then the really practical stuff. Arming you with that whole list of red flags. How to spot the scam, suspicious emails, offers too good to be true, demands for money, vague descriptions.
And the proactive steps. How you can protect yourself. The deep company research, verifying recruiters, asking those tough questions, and always trusting your gut.
We also covered what to do if the worst happens, if you do get scammed, contacting payment providers, reporting to the FTC and others.
And finally, we looked at the bigger picture, ethical recruitment standards, and that ongoing debate about whether we need more regulation, more transparency baked into the system.
Okay, so for that final provocative thought, something for you to chew on after listening.
Yeah, think about this. We're in this world where AI can now create incredibly realistic fake job ads, fake websites, even fake video interviews, deepfakes. Scammers operate globally. How much more sophisticated are these scams going to get, really quickly?
Scary thought.
And what new tools, new strategies, maybe even new regulations are we all going to need? Job seekers, platforms, authorities, just to keep up, just to effectively counter this evolving threat in the coming years. The game is definitely changing fast.
It really is. It's a complex landscape out there, constantly shifting. But hopefully, with the knowledge, the red flags, the strategies we talked about today, you feel better equipped.
More empowered, hopefully.
Yeah. Stay vigilant. Trust your instincts. Use these insights. Turn that job search from, a frustrating game of chance into a more strategic, informed mission. You can absolutely do this.
This has been From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers. A podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. Each episode, we dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Subscribe to this podcast for free now, so you don't miss an episode, and visit www.collegerecruiter.com to find your next great job.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com/podcasts. Terms apply.
Every minute your finance team spends wrestling with data is a minute lost. Insight Software's AI-powered insights instantly move you from complexity to clarity. Automated analysis, real-time reporting, strategic recommendations, all at your fingertips. Transform how your finance team works and watch your business grow. Stop wasting time. Start making smarter decisions. Learn more at insightsoftware.com/AI.